What is E2 Scholar Probably back from me, and today we're going to be going over all the cards that I feel like need stat changes. So we're going to start off with stat debuffs, which there's only 4 of them, and then the stat increases. We have a couple of them for multiple stat increase, and we have some for a single stat increase. Most of them are defense increase, but yeah, start it off is Trae Young. I feel like Trae Young needs a defense decrease for the same reason that Isaiah Thomas has a defense increase. Right now, Trae Young's defense is at a 3. I feel like that should be reduced to a 2. Same way with Isaiah Thomas. So that is the first one. The next one we have is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is like shooting really bad at this moment, but Russell Westbrook, I feel like he needs a 3-point shot decrease. Maybe you want to give him a mid-range increase as well, but I feel like he definitely needs a 3-point shot increase. So that is the decrease for Russell Westbrook. And then Magic Johnson, I feel like he needs to be reduced on defense to at a 4, which is basically average for most point guards in the game. And then also his 3-point shot is at a 4. I would say that should be reduced to a 3. Honestly, I don't understand why they give Magic cards such high defense. And Magic, I feel like the reason they gave him good defense is because he's tall. But yeah, that is the next one. And then for the last one, we have Karl-Anthony Towns. I feel like he needs to be reduced on defense to the same level as Nicole Yogic. And yeah, those are basically all the defense debuffs that I feel like need to happen for next. And we'll go into the multiple stat upgrades. All right, so to start off with multiple stat upgrades, we'll go from popularity. We'll try to start from high popularity and multiple stat upgrades. So the first one that we have is Michael Jordan. I feel like Michael Jordan's 3-point shot needs to be upgraded to a 4. His layup dunks need to upgrade to a 6, and then the defense also maybe upgrade to a 6 as well. I feel like just because like you put Michael Jordan like all these GOAT themes and stuff, and Michael Jordan's like obviously like top 5, at least top 5. Most people use top 3. I don't really care about the rankings, but Michael Jordan definitely needs to be upgraded in layups, 3-point shot, and his rebounding as well. It's only at a 3. I feel like that should be at a 4. Michael Jordan's not that bad a rebounder, and a 4 is at least average for most cards in the game. Maybe you want to upgrade to a 5, but that is the Michael Jordan one. The other one that I feel like is pretty important to me at least is Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray went pretty crazy in the playoffs. Jamal Murray, I feel like he needs a 3-point shot upgrade, so upgrade that to a 5, which is the same as mid-range. His defense upgrade to increase it by 1, which is basically average for this game, and then his playmaking to increase it by 1 to make it a 5. So that is the Jamal Murray upgrade. And then for the next card, we basically have Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi Leonard, I feel like he needs an upgrade in his rebounding and his post scoring. Kawhi Leonard's a pretty good post scorer in the NBA, and then his rebounding, obviously, 4-man get paid. I mean, he's a pretty good rebounder as well. He only has a 4 in rebounding. I feel like that should be upgraded to at least a 5, and then his post scoring is only as a 4. I feel like that should be upgraded to at least a 5 as well, because he's definitely a pretty good post scorer, pretty above average post scorer. So the next one that we have is Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons, we actually have a stat decrease for Ben Simmons as well. So for Ben Simmons, what should happen is that he should get his defense. I feel like his defense should be upgraded by 2, but I could understand it being upgraded by 1 because you don't want that many cards in the game with the 6 defense. But Ben Simmons' defense should definitely be increased by 1 because he's in all defense defender or all NBA defense player. And then his mid-range shot and 3-point shot need to be reduced. So I think his mid-range shots should be reduced by 2, and his 3-point shot should be reduced by 1. Ben Simmons took like 0.1 3-point shots, average 0.1 3-point shots a game in this season and last season for his career. And he's like 3-point shots at 2 for some reason. I don't know why it's at 2. Ben Simmons' 3-point shot definitely be decreased, and then his mid-range shot as well should also be decreased. The next card that we have is Jimmy Butler, who I feel like also needs a lot of upgrades. So for Jimmy Butler, basically what should happen is that his mid-range shot, his shot off dribble, playmaking, and rebounding should all be increased by 1 to make it more like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a pretty average card in this game. I feel like that will make him more to his updated self. We got playoff Jimmy Butler in the game. And yeah, I feel like he does deserve those upgrades. The next card that we have is Anthony Davis. I feel like Anthony Davis, he needs a 3-point shot increase and maybe even a defense increase as well. Because also like his versatility, as we saw in the playoffs, Anthony Davis is able to switch onto perimeter players and play a really good interior defense as well. So I would say Anthony Davis deserves a defense upgrade as well, but I can understand not giving him one because, as I say, you don't want that many cards in the game with a 6, but Anthony Davis definitely deserves a 3-point shot upgrade. Anthony Davis like shooting crazy from 3 throughout like the whole season. Had like some game winners too, but yeah, Anthony Davis definitely a 3-point shot upgrade. Next card that we have is Stephen Curry. I feel like Stephen Curry, in my opinion, deserves a shot off dribble and a 3-point shot upgrade, putting those both at a 6. In my opinion, that makes sense. Stephen Curry is like the greatest shooter of all time, literally. So Stephen Curry definitely deserves those upgrade. Maybe even a mid-range shot upgrade. He's also a pretty good mid-range shooter as well, but definitely at least a shot dribble and 3-point shot upgrade, because for some reason Page has a 3-point shot upgrade and he's not that great. He's pretty good, but he's not he's not Stephen Curry great at 3-point shooting. But yeah, Stephen Curry definitely deserves a shot dribble and a 3-point shot upgrade. The next card that we have is Kevin Durant. So I feel like Kevin Durant deserves a rebounding and a post scoring upgrade, both by one. Kevin Durant's a pretty good post scorer. Rebounding's only at a 4. Kevin Durant averaged like 6. He averaged above like 6 rebounds a game. So definitely give Kevin Durant those upgrades. Just I feel like his rebounding, maybe even give his rebounding a 5, but at least make it a 4 to make it at least average. But yeah, that is the Kevin Durant upgrade. The next upgrade, I would say definitely, I feel like this card needs an upgrade. I like the most in this list is Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, weirdly enough, only has a 3 mid-range shot. I feel like that should be increased to at least a 5, which would give him a 2 upgrade for that. But yeah, Tim Duncan's like, I guess so weird playing with Tim Duncan when he can't shoot mid-range shots. So definitely mid-range shot needs to be definitely be increased by 2. This is like probably like the biggest upgrade on the list that definitely needs to happen. But yeah, the next one that we have is Julius Irving. So I feel like Julius Irving needs to be increased. I feel like in his layups and dunks, which also give him the 6 along with the Michael Jordan, which I feel like those two are pretty deserving. And then the rebounding as well. Julius Irving averages like 8 rebounds a game. He only has a 4 in rebounding stats. So maybe at least a 1 rebounding increase as well for Julius Irving. And then for the last couple of cards, we have some pretty low profile cards that I feel like deserve upgrades. So start off, we have the power forward Jeremy Grant. So Jeremy Grant, for one, I feel like he needs a defense upgrade because he's definitely an above average defender. And then a 3-point shot increase because he was pretty good at shooting threes. I would say maybe even you want to put it up to give it a 2 increase. He shot near 40% this year from 3. So definitely, I feel like he needs a 3-point shot upgrade. The next card is Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez made an all defense team and he only has a 3 in defense. So Brook Lopez, also another card along with Tim Duncan that definitely needs to upgrade. Brook Lopez needs a defense upgrade, in my opinion, by 2, and also a 3-point shot upgrade by 1, because he's also a pretty good shooter. I feel like even though they put him in the Rainmaker team, they give him a pretty average 4 3-point shot. I feel like he definitely needs to get that. I feel like they should put that up to at least a 5 to make it above average. But yeah, and then the last one that we have on the list is Danino Galinar. So for Danino Galinar, he has an average shooting. I feel like Danino Galinar is definitely an above average shooter. I feel like both his mid-range shot and his 3-point shot should be increased by 1. And yeah, that is basically all of the upgrades that we have. So we're going to go into the single stat increase. Most of them are defending, honestly, but yeah, we're going to go into single stat increases. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're basically going to go over single stat upgrades. So basically what we're going to do is, if we look at this Larry Bird right here, we're going to go from shot off dribble, we're going to go down to post scoring, then we're going to go back up to agility, and then down to defending. There's a lot of defending ones. So yeah, start off, we got Kimball Walker. I feel like he needs a mid-range shot upgrade by 1, maybe even a 3-point shot decrease, but that's not really that big of a deal. But definitely a mid-range shot upgrade by at least 1. And the other 2 cards that we have, we only have 3 cards here. And then the next card that we have is going to be this Chris Paul. I feel like maybe Chris Paul deserves a 6 mid-range shot. Chris Paul is like the best mid-range shooter in the entire league. I feel like it would definitely be deserving to give Chris Paul a 6 in the mid-range shot. And the last card is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander only has a 4 and 3-point and not 3-point shot, 4 and mid-range shot. I feel like it would be pretty fair to upgrade that to a 5 for Shai. Because he definitely needs some stat upgrades, and I feel like that would be the best one. Maybe you want to even give him a playmaking upgrade to put that at a 5. But yeah, that is the 3 mid-range shot upgrades. All right, so for the next stat that we have is agility. I feel like there weren't any like really crazy 3-point shot or post scoring, because we already mentioned a lot of post scoring already. So yeah, next stat that we have is agility. I feel like the 2 cards that should be increasing agility is, for one, this Clint Capella card. Clint Capella only has a 4 in agility. Clint Capella is like a run and gun type center, not a run and gun, a run the floor like DeAndre Jordan type center on the Clippers basically. I feel like he should be increased in his agility along with Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam only has a 4 in agility, and I feel like Pascal Siakam definitely good enough, or definitely quick enough, definitely above average for power forwards and generally players. To get a 5 in agility. I feel like that would be pretty deserving. And yeah, those are basically all of the agility boosts. The next thing that we have is strength. We don't really need to redo a cut for strength, because there's only 1 card that I feel like crazily deserves the strength boost, and that is basically Giannis. I feel like Giannis maybe give it 2 in strength, but as I said, you probably don't want to give too many cards a 6 in the stats. But I feel like a strength boost needs to at least be increased by a 5. Giannis, have you seen Giannis? Giannis definitely deserves a strength boost. And also in game, maybe also edit him, because he looks like Kevin Durant in game. But yeah, that is the only strength boost. We also have only 1 rebounding boost, so I guess we'll go over that real quick as well. And basically the rebounding boost, I feel like LeBron deserves the rebounding boost. Also, maybe I feel like LeBron deserves the playmaking boost. But as I said, you probably don't want to give too many cards a 6 in stats, but definitely deserves the rebounding boost. LeBron's a pretty good rebounding average, like 7 rebounds a game. Definitely the rebounding boost would be pretty useful and make all of his stats a 5. I feel like that's pretty deserving. Also, you guys also like put him in like the Glassman thing, which is only like a 4 in rebounding, which is pretty average in this game. So definitely feel like LeBron deserves a rebounding boost. Apparently you guys too, because you also put him in the Glassman thing. But yeah, for the next stat that we have is basically playmaking. So basically we only have 2 cards for playmaking, and that is basically the Nicole Yogic and the Draymond Green. So for Draymond Green, his playmaking is only at a 4, but that should be increased by 1 to a 5 because Draymond Green is definitely an above average playmaker, especially at the 4 spot with like all those like shooters. Like we saw from Draymond Green, with when he has good players around him, that playmaking definitely deserves to be at a 5. The other card that we have is Nicole Yogic. Nicole Yogic, have you seen Nicole Yogic like highlight reel? Nicole Yogic has like a whole highlight reel for passing, but yeah, Nicole Yogic playmaking definitely should be increased by 1 as well. Definitely an above average playmaker, especially at the center position. Definitely should be increased by 1 for Nicole Yogic. And then the last thing that we have is basically defense. We have a whole bunch of cards on the defense list. So the first card that I feel like we're gonna go over this real quick, but I feel like maybe they're not going to give him one anyways, even if we like, go over it. So for the first card that we have is Gary Payton. Gary Payton, I feel like maybe deserves a 6 defense. So basically we would have 2 cards. I think 2 or 3 cards that we mentioned with the 6 defense, which would be the Gary Payton, Anthony Davis, and the Michael Jordan. I feel like Gary Payton deserves a 6 defense. I could understand not giving him a 6 defense now that I think about it, because not really that much of an interior defender. So, but yeah, Gary Payton, we'll go over that real quick. And then the next card that we have is Alonso Ball. Alonso Ball only has a 4 in defense. I feel like Alonso Ball's defense should be increased by 1 to give him a 5. He's definitely an above average defender. Next card that we have is Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, same thing. Kyle Lowry only has a 4 in defense and should also be increased by 1. And then next card that we have, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard only has a 3 in defense. I feel like Damian Lillard should be upgraded the same way with Jamal Murray to at least an average defender in this game. They'll put him at a 4 because definitely I feel like he's definitely better than 3 in defense for Damian Lillard. The next card that we have is Dennis Schroeder. Right here, as you can see, same thing, got 3 in defense. I also feel like he should be upgraded to at least a 4 to put him at the average. And then next one that we have is Patrick Beverly. Definitely Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly maybe like an all defense team. Patrick Beverly only has a 4 defense in this game. But definitely Patrick Beverly is the next one. And then Eric Bledsoe, same thing. Eric Bledsoe also an all defense team. The defense should be upgraded by at least 1 to put both of them at a 5. And the next card that we have is Chris Dunn, who Chris Dunn really didn't get that many cards. He only got like 1 card, but when we go to the collection, I feel like Chris Dunn, wasn't able to use him, but Chris Dunn only has a 4 in defense. Chris Dunn's like one of the better defending guards as well. It definitely deserves a 5 in defense along with the Frank Ntilikina. Same thing with Frank Ntilikina. We didn't get that many Frank Ntilikina cards either, but definitely Frank Ntilikina deserves a 5 in defense as well. And I feel like he also deserves to keep that 4 and 3-point shot because he shot like a really. He's like I think he's one of the best corner shooters in the entire league. But yeah, Frank Ntilikina also deserves that defense upgrade. Next card that we have for the defense upgrade is Klay Thompson. So Klay Thompson, for some reason, only has a 4 in defense. Klay Thompson is a pretty good defender, in my opinion. Klay Thompson's fight should be upgraded to a 5 to at least above average. And then the next card that we have is Marcus Smart. Same thing that we said for Patrick Beverly and Eric Bledsoe. Marcus Smart also made an all defense team. Marcus Smart definitely deserves to be upgraded to at least the average defense, or above, at least 1 above average defense, which would put him at a 5. So yeah, there's Marcus Smart. And then we only have a couple more cards. We have 5 more cards left. We got Scotty Pippen. Scotty Pippen should be upgraded, in my opinion, to at least the same 5 on defense. Scotty Pippen only has a 4 on defense. Definitely should be upgraded to at least the 5. Scotty Pippen, I think he made like 10 all defense teams. So Scotty Pippen definitely should be upgraded to at least a 5 for defense. And then we only have a couple more. Basically, we have Bojan Bogdanovic, who I can't find what tier he is, but Bojan Bogdanovic definitely should be upgraded. He only has a 3 in defense, but definitely deserves to be upgraded in that stat. And as you can see, Bojan on the screen only has 3 in defense. But yeah, that is the next card right there. And then the card after that is John Havlicek. John Havlicek also a pretty good defender all the time. Made a lot of all defense teams. Only has he only has a 4 defense. Definitely should be upgraded to at least one more to put him out of 5 to make him above average. We have 2 more cards left, and basically those cards are the Jonathan Isaac, which again we only got one Jonathan Isaac card, but Jonathan Isaac is a pretty good defender in the league as well, even though he's not going to be healthy for next season. But definitely Jonathan Isaac deserves to have a 5 of these. And the last card that we have is Joel Embiid, who I feel like also deserves to have a 5 in defense. As you can see, Joel Embiid right here only has a 4. Definitely is an above average defender in the NBA, especially at that big spot. But yeah, that is the last card on this list. But yeah, that's basically going to be the video. Let me know how much if I missed any cards, or maybe if I gave any cards too many upgrades. Like I feel like a lot of you guys are going to say like I'm biased towards Chris Paul or Shea, but Shea definitely deserves the upgrade along with Dan Schroede. Dan Schroede also definitely deserves the upgrade as well as Chris Paul. Also, you probably gave too many card 6s, but in my opinion, those are what the stats should be. But yeah, let me know in the comment section which cards you guys deserve stat upgrades. But yeah, that's basically gonna be the end of the video. If the video, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace out.